Hey everybody, welcome to the Creativity Cave. I'm Dina Rico, and check out this card I have to share with you today. It is so pretty. To be honest, I actually wasn't really sure about this card when I originally made it, but I've had a few people say they like it, so I think I'm set. Let me show you how easy this is to put together. I'm going to have all the supplies, dimensions, and all that good stuff on my blog, so check the link in the description of this video. And both of these stamp sets I'm using are on the discontinued list. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I can't help but be goofy. That's just my thing. Plus, I'm extra giddy today because my cleaning lady's here. I'm so excited. I love when she comes because everything is better afterwards. It's really good stuff. Okay, back to my card. So I started out with a half a sheet of cardstock, and I am just going to fold this in half. And I have to tell you, okay, side note, someone asked me, and maybe I talked about this already because that's what made me stop for a second. Someone asked me why I don't score my cards. I was like, oh, I mean, that really kind of, that question kind of got me. Like, well, why don't I? And I think, okay, sorry, my phone rang and I have no idea what I was talking about. I hate it when I forget to put do not disturb when I'm shooting a video, for goodness sakes. Oh, I think I might have been talking about scoring my cards. I think ultimately what it comes down to is I'm too lazy. I'm just telling you. You know, people always tell me I'm real, and I would certainly never ever want to be fake, but I'm like, well, it's just me. That's what you get. You get me. So anyway, back to our fabulous card. So I have my card that I did not score. I folded it, and I'm going to go ahead and do a couple things to it. First of all, I'm going to take some white ink, and I'm going to ink up my little lace border stamp. Now I'm using two stamp sets today, both of which are on the discontinuing list. So if you don't have these, oh my gosh, you should totally get them. So this is Grateful Bunch. It has these beautiful flowers. There's a coordinating punch that punches these out. This pretty little leafy thing. I love this butterfly. It's so pretty. It's probably technically more a moth, but it looks like a butterfly, so we're good. And then this is a lace trim border, which I just love. Oh my gosh. So let me show you what I'm doing with it. First of all, I'm going to ink it up, and if you're having a heart attack, it's just stained rubber. It's fine. Don't worry. So it's not going to do anything bad. But I am going, well, actually, having said that, I know okay, I know what happened. So do you see there's a little pink on my ink pad? Don't worry. It's not terminal. It's okay. So I stamped my little thing here. And then I'm going to stamp it again here. And you can see I'm leaving just a little bit of an edge. Wow, that stamped really good. Look at my skills. I have mad stamping skills. I totally think so. But let's talk about what I did to this ink pad for a second. So I made this card yesterday, and it sat overnight with ink on it. And so I think what happens is when the white ink sits on there, it sucks up. There's probably a more technical term for that, but I don't know what it is. So we'll go with sucks up. It sucks up the ink that's stained on here, and then you can see it's on my ink pad. Now, I'm not worried about this, and that's not just because I don't get freaked out about things. Too bad. Although if you would have seen me yesterday, you would have disagreed slightly with that assessment. But what happens is when I go to clean this off, I'm getting rid of both the ink that got sucked up as well as the white ink that's on the surface. And now I'm doing this right in the middle where there was no, do you see that? There's no pink. I got it here, but nothing in the middle. So we're good to go. But if I left this, again, it would suck it up, and that would be the thing. By the way, I did not intend to discuss ink sucking up off my photopolymer stamps today, but I just want you to know that because those pinks and red shades of ink, you know, like the hot pinks, the deep rich colors, they do kind of stain your photopolymer, and generally you're fine. But if you leave the ink sit on here like white craft ink, that's when there could be some issues. Just a few, nothing major. Okay, have we discussed this topic enough? I think so. All right, so I have that here. I also have a strip of DSP. This is from the Succulent Garden DSP. Oh, this paper's so awesome. If you don't have any yet, you should totally get it. And especially because It is on the discontinued list, but it's on the discounted discontinued list, which is pretty much my favorite thing ever. This is some of my favorite DSP that I've actually ever seen in a long time. I really like it. It's so pretty, and it's really versatile too. It's not just succulents. There's a lot of other things happening on one or the other side of this paper. Like, for instance, the pattern I'm using right now. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. And so there we go. Isn't that cute? Now you might be thinking, you can't see it. You would be right. We're just going to rip this off. Just rip it. When you rip and the edge is, you're coming towards me, what you leave behind is this pretty edge. And that's what we like to see. So I'm just going to rip that right down the line. And then what's left is my gorgeous paper. How awesome is that? Okay, now I think this is where I kind of got freaked out when I was making my card. I thought this was the start of a fantastic, wonderful, fabulous card, but I wasn't sure where to go with it yet. So that's where I wasn't sure how they turned out. So you guys can be the judge. Tell me what you think. So I stamped, it's like, oh my gosh, where did my stamps go? I stamped this leafy thing. Well, okay, so actually, I should take that back. I did something else first. I took my succulent garden framelits and I went to town. I cut 2 of each of the largest 3 flowers that are in that set of framelits. Also on the discontinued list, also discounted. Get them. They're hot. They're going to go. These are not going to be lasting for very long. But I'm just going to take each petal, and you can see I'm smushing it between my fingers. Do you see how I'm doing that? So I've got 3 fingers and I'm going smoosh. And then it just kind of smooshes my leaf a little. So keep smooshing, smooshing, smooshing. If you need to say smoosh while you're doing it, you can, but you don't have to. It will work without saying it. I'm just saying. Can you hear my cleaning ladies here? She's upstairs and she likes to hum when she cleans, which I think is kind of adorable. It cracks me up. And I think she talks to my dog. But I also think my dog is fascinated by her because she works in the kitchen. And I think my dog thinks that if she's in the kitchen, that there's a good chance she will be sharing food with my dog. So Sophie's up there all the time, like waiting for the treat that's going to fall down. Which is what she does at dinner next to my son, because he's the weakest link at the dinner table, of course. Most likely to drop food. Okay, so now I did all that. Now I'm going to assemble my flowers. So I'm going to put fast fuse in between the layers, or whatever adhesive you like to do, and then I just have them offset and just right there. Isn't that pretty? Oh, okay. Then I'm going to do the next one, but I'm going to place a dimensional between the 2 sizes of flowers. So I'll pop that one up, and then what I think is you end up with a really full, beautiful flower, which I think is kind of awesome. And if you do it straight, then it's perfect. There you go. I just mean like get them even. Straight might not be the right word, but even certainly is. Okay, so we'll take a dimensional and put that down. And then I'll center my second sized flower right over the top. And do you see how they're so pretty with that, you know, that smooshing of my petals that really brings out the fullness of the flower. You want your flower to be full and happy, right? Okay. Then we'll do the last one. So pretty. Pretty, 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 pretty. Oh my gosh. It has me giddy. Look at how pretty that is. Oh. Okay. Now, last but not, well, I shouldn't say last. We've got a few more steps to go. Okay. So I have to say, if you are watching, Barb from Florida, you know who you are, Barb. Say hi to Norm for me. I know you always watch my videos and he probably is listening in. So say hi to Norm. I often wonder if Dina is a 4-letter word in some households. I hope Norm doesn't feel that way. I only say that because I do a good job of bringing stamps into the homes of others. And sometimes I wonder if the husbands like me or hate me. Okay, so here I stamped some of those butterflies. Aren't they pretty? They're so pretty. So pretty. And don't, you know, I know you guys think I'm all spazzy and animated, and I am. I mean, truly I am. In fact, that was confirmed this weekend. But I really do just feel passionate about making an awesome card and how awesome that is. I mean, it just makes you feel good. So I don't know, I like that. Now, I have one more thing I need to do. Two more things, pardon me. Two more things. So I'm going to stamp, I apologize for this card being pretty ADD here today, but we'll get there and I'll show you why. Okay, so I'm going to stamp the flower. You can see this requires a different size block, but this is what I had handy, so we're going with it. And I'm just going to stamp that in Pear Pizzazz on Pear Pizzazz. So there we go. Isn't that pretty? I just think it's pretty. It's kind of vintagey looking. What did I do with my scissors? Oh, always under something. And now I'm going to cut, I don't need this leaf, so I'm just going to cut it right off. But I'm just going to go around here. Now there's no framelit or anything for this. This is back in the old-fashioned days when you had to cut stuff out with the scissors. So I'm just going to trim this out, and I'm leaving just a little border around the image because I always think that looks good and it hides whatever imperfections in your cutting you may have. And if you notice, pretty much all of our framelits do the same thing. So clearly it's great minds think alike. I mean, obviously if Stampin' Up! Is doing it with the framelits, I must be doing it right. Either that or they totally stole that idea from me because I've been doing this for years, long before you even have a Big Shot available. Okay, I'm kidding. I'm being silly. All right, so there I have kind of two bunches of leaves. I have the 1, 3, and then I'm going to have this 2. And then we'll just take and add those to our card. And if you watched my basket video last week, you know that 4 leaves on a flower are sad, but 5 are happy. I like teaching you the important lessons of the day. I even had a florist confirm that with me, so thank you. I think that was that Kara? I think she's a florist. So I always like it when I have a professional chime in. That's nice to know. Okay, so back to my pieces. Now I just need one more piece and then we're going to assemble and be done. So I'm going to take my succulent, and I got to grab my scrap. It's out of camera view, reach. So I'm going to take my succulent, stamp this, and then die cut it out quick. Boom. And I love this because it fits on just a teeny little piece of scrap paper, which is wonderful. You can see this is left over from the die cutting. So hold 1 second while I cut it. All right, so here we go. Now I hope my goofiness is enriching your day, not making it worse. I like to think that I bring a little happiness to the world when you watch an instructional video from me. Now, doesn't that just finish that off? I thought, you know, it just needed something in the middle and I wasn't quite sure, but man, I just love the look of that. All right, now we're ready to put it all together because it's pretty simple. And when you're not ADD, this card is a piece of cake. When you are, it's just entertaining, right? I mean, that's really the only difference. Okay, so I'm going to place, you can see I placed my adhesive down. I've got my flower on there nicely. I'm going to take my little three-leaved flower. Is that a word? 3-leaved? I like to make up words, so who cares? And I'll tuck this underneath. So I have a little glue dot on there, and I'll tuck that underneath. You know what? I gotta make my leaves dimensional. What was I thinking? I should have swooshed these. Was that the word I was using? I can't even remember now. That's the problem when you make up your own words and don't record them. No one ever knows. All right, and then I've got my last leaf down here. Oh, it's so pretty. Look at this. It's like I made this and I'm going to give it to somebody. And you are clearly loved a lot if I'm sending you a card and telling you that you're loved and it's an awesome card like this. I mean, I'm just saying. It's all good stuff. So I hope you enjoyed my video today. I hope you giggled right along with me. If you love this video, would you share it with your friends on your favorite social media? I would so appreciate that. Even better, if you need to buy any of these supplies, and if you don't have the succulent set and the framelits, you need them. Like right now, drop everything, go order them because they're amazing. You won't be disappointed. And I would so appreciate it if you ordered them through me. And when you do, you become a VIP member for the Creativity Cave, and I love to spoil my VIPs. So thank you so much for watching today. Have an awesome afternoon. We'll see you again here soon. Bye, guys.